Hi, Dawn Lewis here, and today we have a KennyK project featuring Stud Santa. And if you're loving this stamp, get on over to Club KennyK on Facebook. Join the group. He is a freebie for December. Oh yes, 'tis the season, ladies. But let's colour him in first. I'm using my stock standard skin tone favourite at the moment, which is E50, E51, E21, and E53. Now, if you find yourself looking at a stamp going, oh, but where do the shadows go? More to the point, ask yourself, where do the highlights go? Look at those pecs and look at those cheekbones. That is where the highlights go. So you leave those, the lighter colour and shade all around. Feel free to copy mine if you want to. His pipe is E23, 25, 27 and 29. Hair and eyes are E11, E13, E15 and E17. And let's just say red Santa suits, it's been done to death. I was kind of picturing him with this Hugh Hefner velvet kind of Santa suit thing going on. So I've used BV 20, 23, 25 and 29. It's just my go-to. When I think velvet, that's the combo I go to. Now that BV 29 is really dark. Be very sparing with that, but the 25 blends it out really, really nicely. For the white section, I am dotting all over with C00, C0 and C1 to give a little sort of visual texture. The whole thing is being cut out with my fine Martha Stewart scissors, but if you do not have fine Martha Stewart scissors, because I know that's not something everyone has, any fine scissors will do. In fact, a pair of nail cutting scissors are really good. The blade is even curved. I used to use it for decoupage all the time. Colouring black all around the cut edges because I'm going to mount him on some black cardstock and I don't want that stark white. So let's get stuck into making this card, shall we? I'm using a piece of A5 white cardstock. This is 200 grams. I'm looking for something a little more heavyweight for the new year, but right now I'm stash diving. I'm using what I've got and this is what I've got. So it's just a piece of A4 cardstock that's been cut in half, and I like to apply my tape, then pop my paper on top. This is from a Kaisercraft 6x6 paper pad called Off the Wall. This is a case of me colouring first, finding something to match later, and boy was this a good match. I'm using some black basil cardstock that's left over from my last card and cut a piece that's 8 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres. There's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, it's going to fit and leave a great border on my card, but number two, and most importantly, my die fits on this. Now, this is a random generic die I picked up somewhere ages ago, but what's very similar to it is the Mama Elephant Columbus circle die. Now, the interesting thing about this die is it doesn't cut a circle per se. Instead of cutting a plain round circle in the middle there, it cuts those scalloped lines in the middle. It also leaves a nice embossed sort of stitching detail around the outside. You'll see it in a moment. This is great for shaker cards and peekaboo cards. Look at that cool detail. It's different, hey? I like it. I think it's really cool. So I got this idea from Pinterest. I saw an image that was kind of underneath the circle at the bottom and out at the top, and I thought that would be perfect for this particular card. And then I kind of just winged it. I make these up as I go. I don't plan my cards out in advance. I really do make it up as I go, oftentimes using what I've got on my desk left over from another project, which is, you know, stash diving. We're going to use all this stuff. Popping a little bit of tape on his hat just to hold it down. And look at that. This fits perfectly on our card front, and there's a lot of border. You can even see the pattern paper through the circle and over his shoulders, which I think is really cool. Now, when it came to the greeting, I couldn't find what I wanted, so I'm stamping my own with this alphabet medley set from Darkroom Door, and I'm stamping in archival ink just because it's my favourite really, really black ink. My greeting reads, "All I want for Christmas," which, as I was stamping, realised it was not going to fit next to 4, and I was right, "is you." Oh, how is this going to be a spicy card? Oh yeah, I stamped it. Yeah. So if that's not your cup of tea and you just wrinkled up your nose and went, ew, leave that part out. I was just doing this for a bit of fun, and I've cut apart all of the words. I was going to do the individual letters, and then as I was stamping, I just went, oh no. I've matted the word naked to go inside the card, which of course you can take or leave, whatever you like, just so it stands out on the white background. I played around with the words for a while. Christmas was a little tricky to place because it's such a big word and all the rest are quite small, but I kind of like the way it cascades down the left and leads you across to the right, which is kind of saying open the card. And again, I can't stress it enough, make sure your card's the right way up before you stick everything down. I'm using foam tape, this is an Express It one, and just double-sided tape to stick the naked inside, but you could leave that out, or you could put that in. Yeah, give them a surprise. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this project. Remember, get over to Club KennyK. I'll pop a link directly to the group down below. This is a December freebie. There's others, and join the mailing list for another freebie. KennyK, you rock. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, even sharing this with friends when you do. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a super crafty day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.